Hello everyone, welcome back to another video. Today we'll be reading chapter 7 of Barista, a Tomboo fanfiction made by DSMP_10-404. Without further ado, let's get into it. Quick note, 2 weeks have gone by, so it's been about a month since they've known each other. Ranboo's POV, Saturday, 3:17 p.m. I was still lying on my bed, even though I wasn't sleeping. I hadn't eaten a real meal in about a week and a half, but I had snacks every now and then. Once in a while, I'd get out of bed to watch a movie with my aunt, but only because she'd begged me about it. She would always try to strike up a conversation, get me to open up. She wasn't pushy, but she tried. I never felt like it. I wasn't completely sure why I was feeling so down. I just knew it had something to do with Tommy. I hadn't been to work in a week, and Tubbos' mom was probably going to end up firing me. I didn't really care though. I just wish Tubbo would stop by to see me. I was having friends around, and though I would see him at work, I didn't feel like going. I was sort of feeling broken. I could barely stand, and I rarely used the restroom. I don't know why. I just did. I know it'll get better though. It had to. Eventually, around 4, I ended up falling asleep and woken in the reoccurring dream I've been having. I woke up and I was lost in some random field, but as I walked through the field, it grows dark out. The field gets bigger, the grass gets taller. I keep walking, tripping and falling multiple times, repeatedly getting hurt and bruised. Then I get to mountains. I walk through this dark cave. I keep going through the tunnels, still falling, getting back up, until I get to the split path. Usually I fall once more and then wake up. But this time, I heard two different voices. Now I couldn't make out who the voices belonged to. I could clearly hear what they said. I woke up. Damn it, what did they say? Shit. I had already forgotten. Now my head hurt, so I got up slowly, tripped once on my way to the kitchen, and Lexi came running. What are you doing? What happened? Are you hurt? She was panicked and concerned. I just said, nothing, I'm fine. I was just getting water, and don't worry, I can get it myself. She nodded and helped me up, then walked back to her room, peering at me once more before closing the door. I knew I was being cold and bland. I just don't feel like conversating, that's all. I finally made it to the kitchen, filled up a cup of water, sat down on the couch, and drank from the cup. I got a notification on my phone. I hadn't checked my phone in about 2 weeks, so I decided to check who it was. It was Tubbo, which didn't really surprise me. He was asking his was doing. He was asking his you was doing? And I scrolled through his past messages. They were all the same, along the lines of, "Are you coming to work? How are you? Are you okay? Can I come see you? I'm here if you need me. Call or message when you get a chance." I felt bad. It was clear he was worried about me, so I texted him back. I just texted him back telling him he should stop by. I immediately got a response he'd be over in 5 minutes. I quickly checked the time. It was 5:23 p.m. That meant I had 5 or 10 minutes to hide the fact I was sleep deprived and hadn't eaten in 3 days. And hadn't eaten in days. I went to quickly take a shower, change. I was out with about 3 minutes to spare. I brushed my teeth, put a hoodie over my shirt, trying to hide the fact that I had lost so much weight. Finally, I put my sunglasses on to hide the bags, but also because it made me feel more comfortable, except for when I'm with Tommy. He makes me feel more comfortable with my real face. I like that about him. Then I went to the kitchen and sat on the couch, turned on the TV, and acted like I had been watching. Then, as if on cue, there was a knock on the door. I went to open it and see a fidgeting Tubbo. He tapped his foot down. He was tapping his foot up and down till he saw me. He hugged me tightly and said, "I thought you died, Boo." I hugged him back. I missed having a friend around to talk to. Don't get me wrong. Lexi's great, but it's hard to open up to family sometimes. I just needed my best friend. Well, I'm sorry I made you worry. I wasn't feeling too hot, but I'm better now. He pulled away and looked at me smiling. He pulled away and looked up at me smiling. And I welcomed him in. We sat on the couch, and he asked, "So, what caused you and Tommy to go back to 1929? I looked at him with a questioning look. I really was clueless at what you meant. You know, the Great Depression. Oh my god. I chuckled lightly. Oh, nothing. I was a little stressed out. That's when I fully processed what he said. And Tommy? Wait, what do you mean, Tommy? I asked, giving him a puzzled look. He sighed and began. About 2 weeks ago, I found Tommy crying on his sofa at almost 11 at night. I came through his window, per usual, and he just sobbed. I checked on him every day. I checked up on him for every day about a week and a half. He promised he'd tell me what was going on, but he never did. I didn't want to push it. Eventually, he started to lighten up. Now he's perfectly fine. You appear to be doing fine now, so we should call him and say hello. I was shocked. I didn't know our little talk had hurt Tommy as much as it hurt me, though it took me a little longer to break than he had. Meanwhile, I'm still broken, and he's moved on. Why? Did he say he wanted to talk to me? Well, no. I signed disappointment as he began, but whenever I'd come through his window and wait for him to wake up, he'd sometimes mutter your name, or another name that kind of sounded like yours. What was it? Barista, or something like that. My boorista. Kind of weird if you ask me. He laughed slightly. Barista. So he was thinking about me. That's comforting. I smiled at Tubbo. and yawned as I said, I'm a bit bored. Put on a movie, I'll make some popcorn. He nodded, grabbed the remote, browsing through movies. I went to the kitchen, quickly made some popcorn. When I returned back to the couch, he had started a movie. I passed him the bowl of popcorn and went to get blankets. I put one over him. He muttered a thank you. I laid down on the other couch with a blanket of my own, quickly dozing off. 6:12 p.m. In the middle of the movie, once I was in a deep sleep, I woke up in the now familiar field. Then it got dark, and the field grew. Same as before, I tripped and fell on my way to the mountain, then in the cave, then the split path. Then the split paths. This time, I heard the voices say what, but was unable to tell you who they belonged to. Then one called out, "You stupid homo, get your ass over here." Then it was followed by a long bang. The second was a softer voice. You don't have to hide your eyes. They're pretty. Come with me. I didn't have to think about it, as I knew exactly who the voices belonged to. I went down the second path, as I said, Tommy. A few moments later, the tunnel ended. I saw a beautiful blonde-haired boy with baby blue eyes and an adorable smile. Tommy. I guess there was a light at the end of my tunnel, and mine was Tommy. Tubbos POV. It was around 6:15 when I noticed Ranboo had fallen asleep. Then around 6:40, his Aunt Lexi came out of her room. "Hey Tubbo, watch him for me, will ya? I'm gonna head out with Nelly and probably be gone for a while. Feel free to stay over if you're gonna invite anyone over. Keep numbers low. Thanks." I didn't respond as she ran out the door, locking it from the outside. I was fine staying over. Plus, someone did really have to keep an eye on him. That's when I heard him mutter something. Tommy? A minute followed. I heard a number mumble. I couldn't exactly understand. Something about tunnels and light. Odd. But it was then I knew what was wrong. Though I didn't have all the details. I didn't need them. These were my two best friends I was dealing with. I knew them better than I knew myself at times. I put two and two together and knew what this was all about. I had been busy teasing them about each other, hoping they would fall for one another. I hadn't noticed they were doing it all on their own. They had been falling in more ways than one. And that was the end of this video. I hope you enjoyed. Chapter 7 was much nicer than Chapter 6 in my opinion. Chapter 6 made me sad. Chapter 7 made my heart warm. So, yeah, if there's any other fanfictions you'd like me to read, make sure you comment it down below. And like and subscribe. Bye!